Oh, everyone, Shikai Hogan here, reporting for the festival. So I was supposed to, what is it, upload this yesterday, but apparently the recording that I did last time is not recorded at all. I mean, by that I mean, well, I have the video, so it technically records, but I have the video. But the problems are, I recorded right after I updated the Windows, and apparently it rejects most of my, well, some of the important things on OBS, and it ended up like the mic that used default to the webcam that you're seeing. Yeah, that webcam there, it's it's echoing everywhere. It's really annoying. And the other thing is because the audio is not set after that update, it doesn't record anything. So basically, it's just me talking over a silent video, which is stupid. So yeah, the excitement is gone by now when I'm trying to record this again. But the nostalgia is still there because this right here is the Toyota Celica RC GT4 ST185. This is based on 1992 model, and the livery that it's currently using is from the 1994 Monte Carlo Castrol team, and this is the Toyota Team Europe variant of it. So yeah, I said that it's nostalgic not because I've watched the rally, because well, I'm not even born at that year. I'm 97, but how do I say it? It's nostalgic because I've seen this when I was, well, playing Gran Turismo 2 on PS1, and that was around year 2000 when by the time I have a Gran Turismo 2001 or 2. Well, I was really young, just playing Gran Turismo, and found this car, and I still remember how it looks. And well, I guess this is pretty close to how I remember it. There is roof scoop, there is pop-up headlights. Obviously, there is no interior looks like this game has because, well, it's an old game, so the glass is just painted in black, so you cannot see anything inside, like just like that traffic car. But yeah, so let's have a look around here with this livery. And yeah, I already put the livery creator earlier, so you can see who the creator is. So you should go check him out. So anyway, the driver of this car, well, for this particular livery, is Nicky Gris, and his co-driver is Juha Kamkunen. I don't know how to pronounce the Swedish. No, is that Swedish? No, Swedish is blue and yellow. I forgot what this flag is. Basically that flag. So I think it's Finland, right? Anyway, those are the two, and I'm not sure about the A plus here. Is it the driver rating or is it a blood type? I don't know. But either way, that's some nice detail there. The front has, well, supposedly a license plate KAM7105. So you can see that's kind of similar to the one that we have on Forza, because, well, European license plate, technically speaking. And then a bunch of sponsors here and there, like Bilstein, Denso, and of course Toyota Team Europe. And obviously the main one is Castrol, if it's not obvious enough with the paint job here. Also, the tire is preserved by Michelin apparently at that time. The only downside with this kind of livery, well, race car livery build is usually the badging is interrupting, and it's not exception with this car because there's supposed to be Toyota Team Europe right under the spoiler here. But well, there is the Toyota badge as well, which is kind of unfortunate. Another Castrol branding there. So yeah, it's really nice to look at. Oh yeah, I also forgot OMP there. Wow, that brand is pretty old, huh? I didn't know that. And it's obviously the top right here. And usually on Gran Turismo, you will looking at like this. Like, oh my god, that is so good to look at. It feels so nostalgic when I'm driving with this car with this particular livery. Like, seriously, it looks so good. So anyway, let's go for a race, shall we? So right, I'm just going to follow some of the first race that I've did last time, which is this particular one, except it's on snow. So this time it's not on the snow, which is not not a problem, I guess, because the only difference here is there are snow. Well, the track are more wet on snow than on spring. So yeah, let's do that. The Broadway Village Scramble with Retro Rally car, and yes, we're going to fight the likes of like the Audi Quattro, the Escort RS Cosworth, Puma, a bunch of Lancia Delta, except for the Stratos and the other one that's the Fulvia, and then obviously the Lancer, the Peugeot 205, Renault 5 Turbo, and the other Celica for ST205 because they're somewhat in the same year. And of course, a bunch of Subaru. So yeah, let's get to it then. I mean, this is really brings back my memory with this car on the game because, well, the car is way too powerful for me as a kid. I mean, well, I obviously completely underestimated because with the slower car on Gran Turismo, I still can turn it properly, even though, you know, I went full throttle for the most part. I do slow down a little bit, but a little is relative, I guess. But then, when it comes to this car is so powerful for a kid like me back then. I just do the typical Forza driver thing, which run into barrier and crash, basically. But now, here we have this car, and obviously I'm a lot more competent, but unfortunately this car felt a lot slower than in the Gran Turismo. I don't know, but the speed is definitely not slow. Oh wow, it's raining as well. This is perfect. But yeah, this car is really strong on the corner, that's for sure. And with my current tune, the first and second gear has a really good acceleration, so I keep the two gear every time I need to slow down. Usually. So I still in power range usually because they're really inside the power range most of the time, both of those gear. I really make it sure it's in the power with the shorter gearing. So yeah, I make sure it has a better acceleration outside of the corner with those two gear. Well, obviously that makes the other gears a lot longer, but I make sure I tune it like that because I suck at driving this car, obviously, and well, contrary to his name, he is pretty good at driving. I make sure the car can accelerate a lot faster outside of the corner, and if I don't have the access to the lower gear, I make sure it can have enough momentum to go through a corner properly. But yeah, as you can see, it's such a beast around the corner. But yeah, the problem is, well, the gearing need to be really short, but well, I make sure the only gearing that is short is the 1 and 2 because maybe I should put it on 3, but yeah, that's maybe asking it a bit too much. because that means the 4 gear would be so much longer than it's supposed to be. Yeah, but anyway, car is really great around the corner, that's for sure. Yeah, I tried to bring more momentum, but obviously it's not work as intended. But the shorter gearing on the first and second is helping it quite a lot. And I forgot to make a note to fix some of the issue last time I make the video, even though I said it on the last video, but then I deleted, so I kind of forgot about it. So oops. So now this car still has the same problem as last time I recorded. But it doesn't really matter because the car is really grippy for a dirt car, and I make a better time on snow than on this one right here, because on snow I actually managed to go sub 2 seconds on that best lap. Apparently I got slower. Well, then again, I'm not that very consistent, but it's still very close between this and the previous time. But it's still kinda annoyed because I know I'm slower this time. Yeah, I know, repeating the race apparently make you slower instead of making you faster. It's weird. But well, that's just me. I'm pretty sure if I practice a bit more, probably I will drive a lot better than that. Anyway, moving on to the next race. Alright, welcome to the Townhouse Scramble. And this time I'm going to make sure I'm not making a mistake. Because, well, probably I don't show it because the recording is lost basically at this point. I already deleted it because, well, it's just really bad. But I make a mistake on the second lap and that cost me a lot. I managed to finish on last place last time. So this time I'm going to make sure I'm not going to do that. So hopefully I'm not missing the checkpoint. The reason is because the car handling is so great. I turn a little faster and, well, it turns way too deep into the corner. And it ended up missing the checkpoint. Annoying, but I can't even angry because I realized this car is too good for slower corner. Woo! I didn't know there is a bump there. But let's try to avoid the water splash because there is some that doesn't have water splash. Ooh, Delta here. Yeah, I'm keeping on third gear on that one because it's still pretty close to the power band. Alright, here we go. Yeah, kinda slow around that corner because I'm not in the best line for it. Got to let off the throttle a little bit because if I keep to put it on the floor, it will go wide. Oh wow, that's nice, that's nice. I need to downshift though because it's out of the power. Okay, I had to put a handbrake there because I felt like its wheel went too close to the corner, so I got to use the handbrakes and keep the angle like that. So it will still go forward, but the angle is different, so it's prepared to launch into the corner. Because that was my mistake with the how I saw how soon I'm turning the car is, because I'm expecting the car to be a little less like that, but sometimes it just has so much grip that you didn't expect it, because maybe because I'm driving a bunch of weird heavy car. like Bentley Continental GT Rally build that I've done a year ago. Oh wow, that's really slow. I will overtake this escort. Oh no. Nope. I can't do that. That was a bad line, that's for sure. Keep it. Ah, yeah, second place. A lot better than the last time because I didn't miss the checkpoint this time. Oh wow. 57. Oh, that's actually a lot better than the last time I did around here. Because last time I did around 58. Well, all the AI is around 1 minute on the fastest lap. So, yeah, the dry track handling based, at least, this car can do better. That's for sure. Well, I got defeated by the 92 Escort, but I defeat the other 92 Escort. So that's always nice. So, yeah. Not a bad result, to be honest. So let's do one more. And this time we're going to do it on a sprint race. Alright, for our final race, we went to Derwentwater Trail. And this is one of my favorite tracks because the flow is really nice between corner to corner. So it just has enough excitement. And another fun thing here is there are a few water splashes, and we'll see how it goes because last time I recorded it's still winter, so the water splash become ice and it's not splashing, so I forgot about that. So at least this makes things much better, hopefully. So let's see how it performs against other cars like Charger and the Focuses. And the Focus, some of them are using white body, like this guy in the front here. Excuse me, coming through. This guy can't even turn properly. The AI will try to fight back every time you try to bump them, so you got to keep that in mind. Yeah, it loses so much power around water splashes because the car is too light and the engine is not powerful enough to keep it. I'm doing a lot worse than last time because that water splash is really holding me back. Oh my god, I just sent it through that one. That one is not so deep, so the car can still go fast enough. Alright, let's see if we can catch up in the last few corner here. Oh wow, that Delta is something else. It accelerates like bullshit. Alright, here we go. Catching up with the Delta. Oh, really now? You're not even in my sight. You're not even one car. Well, third of a car on my side there. That's bullshit. Well, a bit of a disaster because the Delta is pushing me over. No, that was not Delta. That's the O37. What am I thinking? But yeah, the O37 pushes me really wide there. I could have catch up with the Audi TTS, but that O37 screws me over really badly because it doesn't turn as fast as I could. Because it thinks I'm bumping into it, so it should fight back every time. That is a good reason why I hate AI, to be honest, in this game. But, well, they are aggressive enough for unbeatable, but... So yeah, unbeatable is... Basically, AI will try to cheat as much as possible. That's how I think how they work in this game. But anyway, overall, this car is not bad at all. That's for sure. Like, seriously, it can go out of the corner quite fast, but you got to keep in mind that it's not always going to work like that in real race. Like, you can send it, but if you screw it over, it will understeer. Yeah, don't use the brakes. If you want to use the brakes, make sure you use it on the straight line, because if you're doing it mid-corner, it will understeer. Just slap off the throttle and it will turn really nicely. And yeah, that is about it for the Celica ST185. A really nice car. Really love it. And obviously felt really nostalgic for me because I've used this car before in another game.